Tonight on 205 Live, we have the Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa cooperating to take on Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak. The Lucha House Party fight some jobbers. And for the main event, Cedric Alexander wants to teach the upstart, the man of the hour, the undefeated Lio Rush, the meaning of defeat. Who wins? Who loses? Let's find out. Alright, so the first match of 205 Live starts with Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, because as, you know, former tag team partners, it is what you do. But Brian Kendrick quickly takes Gallagher down and then tags in Akira Tozawa. Tozawa starts beating Jack up into the corner, drags him back, tags in Kendrick, and Kendrick tries to work Gallagher. But Jack breaks free and tags Drew Gulak. But Brian Kendrick, he's having none of that, and immediately starts wailing on Drew Gulak with a series of strikes. Jack tags in, starts beating on Kendrick outside the ring, drags him back in, and the beating of Kendrick begins. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes of submissions, strikes, and tags in between Jack and Drew before Kendrick gets an opening to attack. Gallagher gets tagged in, tries to stop him, but as he's trying to stop Kendrick from tagging in Tozawa hops up on the ropes and just goes, "Ha!" to, you know, frighten Jack Gallagher. This moment allowed Kendrick to throw Jack Gallagher to the side, tagging Tozawa. Now, with that, near the end of the match, Tozawa got Drew Gulak into an octopus hold. I think it's an octopus hold. And Jack Gallagher tries to go to break it up. Brian Kendrick stops it, but Gallagher throws Brian Kendrick into Tozawa, breaking the hold with Drew Gulak. Tozawa, thinking that Kendrick is betraying him, like playing another mind game with him, starts to kind of stare down Brian Kendrick, but that momentary distraction is all that Drew Gulak needed to take down Akira Tozawa and pin him for the win. It was a pretty good tag team match, gotta say. I want to see where the story develops from here, but it was pretty good. After that, we got a flashback with Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali having a bit of a scuffle during the weigh-in, followed by an interview with Buddy Murphy, and they're just hyping up their match, which isn't on the pre-show as of yet. Which, if that holds true, yeah! Then after that, we got a Lucha House Party squash match with the Jobber Force comprised of Mike Karma and Craig Kesselman. There are 3 Ks in there. Stop laughing, Jonn. It was a pointless jobber match. I don't know why they need to build up the Lucha House Party right now. They must have just ran out of time and said, "Here, we booked these guys at the last minute. Go fight them." But yeah, after that, we got to the main event, and what a main event that was. It was Lio Rush versus Cedric Alexander. They start with a bit of smack talk, and Lio attempted some, to go low and try and take down Cedric's legs. But Cedric immediately caught him and started twisting and working his arm, countering and maneuvering around every one of Lio Rush's attacks. So Lio tries a different strategy and tries getting underneath his skin, taunting him, insulting him, asking, "Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry?" This just makes Cedric more violent, a little bit more reckless, which Lio uses to his advantage. But Cedric hits him with a massive dropkick to the face that just left Lio stunned for a moment, and he fell down. And it was actually a rather brilliant sell when you look at it. But yeah, he sets him up with a series of strikes. But after going outside the ropes, Cedric tries to get back through, and Lio gives him a super kick. And then starts working him outside the ring to try and win by countout instead. Because Leo's a little fearful now. Cedric's a tough guy, and if he wants to win this match, he's going to have to win it by countout. So he keeps rushing outside the ring and trying to take down Cedric Alexander to keep him from coming back inside, throwing him into the stairs. But Cedric Alexander proves a little bit more resilient than, Leo thought he could handle. Cedric does get back in the ring, but Leo starts beating him down into the corner. From here, for just a little bit, Leo Rush gets control of the match, beating Cedric and getting him into submission holds. Match gets a step up into Gary, tries to pin, Cedric kicks out at 1. And after a quick bit of offense, Alexander stops a kick and then slams Leo Rush with a spinning elbow. Leo tries to evade but gets hit with a neuralizer. He gets hit with a flatliner and a number of other impressive hits. Ending with Cedric trying to pin him. Leo manages to kick out at 2. Leo manages to counter but is unable to finish him off. Leo tries to get serious with a couple of very serious looking forearms, but is countered. Afterwards, Leo and Cedric get caught up in a Spanish fly where it looked like Cedric got more of it than Leo did. So Leo, getting cocky, thinking the win is just around the corner. I can do this, I can do this. He climbs up to the top turnbuckle and tries to hit him with the final hour. He tries. Cedric Alexander rolls out of the way, leaving Leo to just belly flop onto the mat. Afterwards, Cedric hits him with another Spanish fly, and then follows that up with a lumbar check, pinning Leo for his very first loss on 205 Live. And if there was a way for Leo to lose for the first time, I think this match was it. It was a great match, great build. It wasn't Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy great. This was indeed a very great match. Overall though, 205 Live, I'm going to be giving a B. The main event was great. The tag team was good. The jobber match was absolutely pointless. It served literally no storyline point. But yeah, that was 205 Live. And if you agree with my grade, or if you don't, there's a poll right up here. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Or you can tell me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Fair game. But yeah, let's get into NXT. One moment please while I adjust the television set.
Tonight on NXT, Bianca Belair faces off with the Blasian baddie Mia Yim. Lacey Evans takes on Marissa Rivera. And one of the War Ricochetdonas go up against one of the Undisputed Era. Who wins? Who loses? Let's get in to the nitty-gritty.
Alright, so we start off NXT with Bianca Belair versus Mia Yim. The two start off evenly matched, meeting each other's grapples and strikes with their own. Mia takes the edge early on with a series of 4 drop kicks. Attempts to pursue Bianca again, but gets sent flying out of the ring. Belair turns the tables at this point. Chinlock, strikes, and giving her like a chokehold noogie combo off the top turnbuckle. Belair keeps attempting to pin, but can't quite conquer Mia Yim. Puts her into a cravat 3/4 Nelson. Mia manages to get out and evades and trips Bianca into the middle turnbuckle, hitting her with a couple drop kicks and a suplex. After that, Mia gets Irish whipped into a powerbomb, but still couldn't get pinned. So Bianca Belair starts teasing Mia, giving her a few little slaps. Mia, seemingly exhausted, gave some very lackadaisical hits. But after a bit, Bianca managed to counter with the KOD, pinning Mia Yim for the win. This was a good women's match. Mia Yim seemed a little slow and sluggish near the end of it, and I don't know if that was all storyline. She seemed kind of exhausted. But maybe that was just part of the plot and I'm a mark. After that, we got a backstage segment with Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and the War Raiders determining who will face one of the Undisputed Era for the advantage going into War Games. None of them could decide, so Hanson just said, "Shut it! I'll do it!" Essentially. Way to take charge, Hanson. I hope it doesn't prove harmful to your health. After that, we got a promo package for Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream Aleister Black and Gargano to hype up their match. I'm getting my matches at TakeOver mixed up, which is weird because there are only 4 of them. But yeah, after that we get an interview with Matt Riddle talking about his debut. That's what he said. I made my debut. Matt Riddle giving a promo in total Matt Riddle fashion. But Cassius Ohno decides to get in his face, so Matt opens up a challenge to him. He'll take on Cassius Ohno. After that, we got another match. It was Lacey Evans versus Marissa Rivera. Lacey commands the match from the start, with Marissa being able to get some offense in. It's unable to beat Evans. Evans knocks her out with the women's right. And then she cuts a promo saying that all the women in NXT are lacking class and forget how to carry themselves with sophistication. States she will lead by example, and anyone who doesn't will be taught with the women's right. Which is, a little weird. Because the women's rights movement was not about women being put in a place, it's about them, breaking free from that place they've been put in. Lacey Evans is a backwards character, which kind of goes up with her old pinup model vibe, so I think creative has something going with that heel dynamic. We had a promo package with Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream for their match. And then we get to the main event. Hanson of the War Riders versus Kyle O'Reilly. What an uneven duo this is. Kyle O'Reilly starts off with some strikes that just have no effect on Hanson, who gets pushed and tossed around. Kyle, realizing that maybe strikes aren't the best offense for him, starts trying to work out his legs to try and weaken him. Big guy, work the legs. That's how you do it. Adding in the occasional submission hold, but it proves insufficient as Hanson merely charges him and breaks him down. Hanson gets him up on the top turnbuckle and hits him with, I think it was Nigel described it as the drum beats of destruction, where he does the this and just starts going whack, whack to the beat of his music. Hanson goes to pursue O'Reilly outside the ring, but Kyle slips back in and then drop kicks the left leg of Hanson as he tries to get back into the ring as well. After that, O'Reilly begins working that. O'Reilly does try and pin him for the win, feeling a little cocky, but when Hanson kicks out, he just tosses O'Reilly out of the ring. Hanson goes to flip Kyle over, but he lands safely, and then O'Reilly chop blocks the knee, then takes him out with a dragon screw. Kyle continues to work the left knee, gets him into a leg lock. Hanson pulls down the knee guard and starts hitting Kyle O'Reilly's knee so that he can break free. Hanson gets some offense again, breaking down O'Reilly, and although Kyle tried to counter, he was kicked out of the ring. After getting dragged back in and beaten down for a little bit, he gets tossed into the corner. Hanson goes to climb up to the top turnbuckle, or at least the middle turnbuckle. Adam Cole runs down the ramp and tries to distract him and yell at him. This gave Kyle O'Reilly just enough time to roll out of the way of Hanson's attack. After that, O'Reilly tries to capitalize, but is unable to beat Hanson. So Adam tries to distract once more, but let's see here. Oh yeah, but Rowe takes him out. O'Reilly tries to not die as the rest of the Undisputed Era attacks, but Pete Dunne and Ricochet intervene to stop them as well. But Undisputed Era managed to stop them. Kyle O'Reilly snuck the tag team belt to knock out Hanson, pinning Hanson for the win. The main event was pretty solid. I gotta say, it was kind of a weird finish, but it's expected of the Undisputed Era to use those tactics. We'll see how the working of the knees plays into the War Games match. But yeah, solid match. Pretty great. And I am going to give NXT... I'm going to give NXT a B. and polls up here if you want to let me know what you think. But yeah, that was NXT for November 14th. I am not going to be reviewing NXT UK anymore due to just time constraints. They're airing 2 hours of that each week, and I do not have the time to review that. I will continue to enjoy it, and I hope you continue to enjoy it as well, and maybe I'll revisit the reviews at a later date. But, for now, that was 205 Live in NXT. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Hit the like button, or hit the dislike button if you don't like me. I don't know why you wouldn't. I'm a very likable fellow. I'm witty and relatable. Hit subscribe, and yeah. This has been Real Honesty without Jonn Ritland. I am not Jonn Ritland. I am the Derbinator. And you have a great night.